Hello everybody, this is Shane. This is part 5 of my Bible studies series. Now this is the answer to the question, what was the sin in Eden? Was it just eating of a fruit tree, or did it involve more than that? Now the reason I pose this question is I think the sin in Eden was something sexual. Now to prove this, turn to Genesis 1:28. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. Now, what that means is we were to be fruitful and multiply. Fruitful and multiply means you have sex with your wife, and you make children, and then you keep doing that until you subdue the earth. You would do it like every, let's say, 25 years. You want to at least give your children enough time to grow up. And I think in Eden they had children, male and female. They would have the male and then the female. Now, in Genesis 2:24 and 25, listen to what's said. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. That means Adam and Eve became one flesh. Well, there's only one way to become one flesh that we know of, and that's through sex. It's not through any other way. Now turn to the sin in Eden, Genesis 3:5-7. For God does know that in the day that you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they sewed fig leaves together, and made aprons for themselves. Now, the point is, why would they, in chapter 2, be naked and not ashamed of their marriage, and then in Genesis chapter 3 suddenly become ashamed of something? What was it that they became ashamed of? Obviously, it was sex. Now turn with me to Deuteronomy 28, chapter verse 4. It says, Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of your kind, and the flock of your sheep. Now, the thing is, how do you make the fruit of your body? Through sex. It's the only way you can reproduce. Now, Satan, if he was in the image of they that dwell in heaven, or the androgynous image, he could have had sex with both Adam and Eve and confused them and sin with them. Now turn to Isaiah 3:10. says, Say you to the righteous that it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. Now, what this means is when you do something that's good, you get a good reward. When you do something that's bad, you get a bad reward. Now, that's how it was in the Old Testament. That's why they were against things like homosexuality. Is considered not natural, but what God says is, I love you through the New Testament, and I pardon your mistakes, so that even homosexuality can become something that you do for the right reasons, if you do it for the right reasons. Now, God forgives every sin. God is the one trying to forgive us, whereas Satan is the one trying to condemn us. So that's what you got to understand. So when you eat of the fruit of your doings, that's what it means. You both eat whether you do a good work or an evil work. But hopefully you'll do a good work. Now that's the whole point to the sin in Eden. Whatever it was, if they ate of a fruit tree, that act somehow corrupted their bodies. Now, if you notice, we got more iron in our bodies, and my theory is Satan turned the blood from white to red. The blood was originally a light color, and then like water. And then Satan sinned with us and made his blood red, so that we could see his sin and our sin. And by doing that, Satan made us different. Now, Eve had to see the fruit of Satan's body, and the only way she could see that is if she had had sex with Adam. Now, she would see the tree's breast as food, because she feeds her children with her breast. Remember, it says, blessed are the paps that never suck. That's what a woman does. A woman gives birth, and her children are nursed from her breast. Now, that's just how they do it. But anyway, hopefully this will help you to understand the true nature of the sin in Eden.